So you and me are close, so I'm telling you this, and I ain't one for gossip, so you didn't hear this from me. But I heard that Clara, we're cool, right? You know, from that time I had called you names, and you know what? Let's get out of here. Run! James, come on. We gotta go. We're trying to help you. I would have knocked the kid out. So Rosalie, you gotta knock the kid out and just drag him out. We done came too far. James, you just gotta suck it up. He has been corrupted. I said Ernestine was in the sunken place earlier. Somebody get us like the biggest Flash alive, because he's in there deep and they're gonna have to get him out. Listen, we need to get James. Like a regular Flash, it's not gonna work. Like you know what? I got something. But James, come here. Come here, James. James. Look at the camera. What happened to the James who refused like little candies? Seems like that kid is gone, and I wonder if they can get him back. Like, honestly, Rosalie and Noah, y'all got other problems. Like, if the kid wants to stay, they either need to drag him out, or if he says he wants to stay, leave him there for a couple months, come back next Christmas, and see what his answer is then. Something that really had me thinking this episode was with Kato and Debbie. By the way, before we get there, I have the receipts. Listen, I have the receipts on Patty Cannon. Patty Cannon's actual gang was infamous for kidnapping free blacks and selling them into slavery. And one of their methods was to use black people as decoys, much like we saw in the scene with Kato when he attacks that man. That's an actual tactic that the Cannon gang used. It has probably never fallen to the lot of man to record a list of more cruel, heart-rending, atrocious, cold-blooded, and horrible crimes and murders than have been perpetrated by the subjects of this narrative. We can truly say that we have never seen recorded a greater instance of moral depravity so perfectly regardless of every virtuous feeling which should inhabit the human breast as the one it becomes our painful lot to lay before our readers in the accounts and confessions of Lucretia Cannon, the subject of this thrilling and interesting narrative. Now, this narrative goes on and on. It's about I think maybe 40 pages. I will link it down below. You can read it. Don't read it at night. You'll have nightmares. It's horrible. Something that I continue to say in my mind about Kato is that, he's given a really hard deal. He's given a tough set of cards to deal with. So, he has no choice. He threw this man, he sold this free man into slavery, and says to Debbie, I never knew that man. He never existed before I saw him, and basically just throws away his responsibility. When Debbie says, I'm going, I cannot put 30 people in my place. Compared to Kato, we got to do this and we're going to get free. That really put in our view that there is a choice you can make. It's a hard call to make, but Debbie made it on the spot. Do not do this. That kind of highlights a stark contrast between the approach of these two characters. Have we ever seen Kato straight up cry? When she tells him, you're just a bad man, that hurt to see Kato crying like that. But bro, you gotta make better choices. I don't think it's that simple with Kato that he's just a bad person. He's a product of the world he's grown up in, much like Clara is a product of the pain that she has endured over the years. It has to come out somehow. I really don't think this is the end of this, and I don't trust Kato to not be planning and scheming. I refuse to believe that Kato is just straight up just cold-hearted bad person. Can we just take a moment to acknowledge the evolution of Clara as a character from what we saw in episode 1 all the way to here? Her whole demeanor has changed. The look in her eyes, her posture, the way she just floats around the plantation. She feels on top, she has power, and she is taking all the pain that she has felt and lashing out on others. I said a couple episodes ago that I hope Ernestine teaches Clara her assassin skills. I just didn't know that she would be learning so soon and be using these skills in this way. I called it. I called this a couple episodes ago that I said Ernestine might be responsible for the origin story of her own worst enemy. And we saw that. She says, you know what? Come on in, Ernestine. Be my guest. Sit down in the lap of luxury. She's serving this look. She says to Ernestine, you knew I wanted that baby and I do not forgive. She wanted to poison Ernestine the whole time. Ernestine was like, you're old blood, but you can't have mine, and walks off like a boss. Like that had to have been one of my top favorite scenes this season. Clara made the mistake of thinking that Ernestine is only one step ahead. She's far more than that. Miles, decades, everything. She's just far more ahead of you than you could even imagine. I just feel so bad the way that Noah found out that Rosalie was pregnant. Like he was gonna get Bill. I'm just mad that Bill is back. All my least favorite people are back. And guess who Ernestine runs into at the end? I don't know how they're gonna get out of Macon. They might have to burn the whole place down this time. I'm waiting to hear about season 3. Let's renew Underground for season 3. Yes, ma'am, so we can figure out these stories. If you guys like it, subscribe. I cannot wait to see you guys next week. Tell me what you think down in the comments. See you soon. Okay, guys. All we have to do is hide here forever. Or at least until Clara has forgotten what I've done. I'm not willing to risk it. So I'll see you guys next week.